The Little Mermaid. Deep beneath the vast, shifting expanse of the ocean, where the sunlight struggles to pierce the blue twilight, lay the kingdom of the Mer-people. It was a realm of breathtaking beauty, with castles built from iridescent shells and gardens teeming with phosphorescent flora that casted gentle, ever-changing light. Here, the widowed Mer-king resided with his elderly mother and his 6 daughters, the Mer-princesses. The youngest of these princesses was a creature of quiet contemplation, with eyes the colour of the deep sea and a fascination for the world above that bordered on obsession. While her sisters adorned their personal gardens with treasures from shipwrecks, gleaming coins in strange human artifacts, her own garden contained only a single perfect marble statue of a handsome human boy, which she tended with loving care. For the Mer-people, life was long and joyous, spanning 300 years, but it was finite. When their time was done, they dissolved into the sea foam, their consciousness ceasing to exist. Humans, her grandmother explained, lived a fraction of that time, yet they possessed something the Mer-people did not, an immortal soul that ascended to the heavens upon death. This knowledge planted a seed of profound longing in the Little Mermaid's heart. The tradition in the kingdom was that on her 15th birthday, a Mer-princess was permitted to swim to the surface and glimpse the human world. One by one, the Little Mermaid listened to her sisters' tales of towering cities, floating ice mountains, and joyous human gatherings. When at last her own turn came, she rose through the water like a bubble of air, her heart pounding with anticipation. The world that greeted her was more wondrous than she could have imagined. The sky was a vast canopy of stars, and a magnificent ship with tall masts sailed upon the gentle waves. Music and laughter drifted from its deck, where a grand birthday party was being held for a handsome young prince. The Little Mermaid watched, mesmerized, falling instantly and irrevocably in love. But as the night wore on, the sky turned black and a terrible storm erupted. The ship was tossed violently and broke apart, casting everyone into the churning sea. Without a thought for her own safety, the Little Mermaid searched the waves for the prince. She found him sinking into the depths, unconscious, and with all her strength she held his head above the water, swimming for hours until she reached the shore of a foreign land. She laid him gently on the sand near a white temple, kissed his brow, and retreated to the water to watch. Soon a young woman from the temple discovered the prince and revived him. When he awoke, it was her face he saw, and he believed it was she who had saved him. He never knew of the silent, watching mermaid who had truly rescued him. Returning to her father's palace, the Little Mermaid was consumed by a love that was now intertwined with her desire for an immortal soul. She knew that only by winning the prince's love and marrying him could she gain one. In her despair, she made a fateful decision. She swam to the most dangerous part of the ocean, a place of swirling whirlpools and grasping polyps, to the lair of the dreaded Sea Enchantress. The Enchantress, a being of ancient and terrible power, listened to the mermaid's plea. "I can help you," she hissed, "but the price is steep." In exchange for a potion that would transform her tail into legs, the mermaid would have to surrender her most precious gift, her voice. The Enchantress would cut out her tongue, leaving her mute forever. Furthermore, Every step she took on her new legs would feel like walking on sharp knives, and the final, most terrible condition was this: if the prince married another, the little mermaid's heart would break, and at the dawn of his wedding day, she would dissolve into sea foam. Blinded by love and longing, she agreed. She drank the potion and swam to the shore, where a searing pain split her tail, and she fainted on the sand. It was there the prince found her, a beautiful, naked creature with the most expressive eyes he had ever seen. He took her back to his palace, captivated by her grace and mysterious silence. The little mermaid became the prince's constant companion. She danced for him, each movement a masterpiece of elegance, though every step sent agony through her body. He adored her as one would a beloved child, kissing her forehead and delighting in her company. But the thought of making her his wife never entered his mind. He spoke often of the temple maiden he believed had saved him, unaware that his true saviour was by his side every day. His parents urged him to marry the princess of a neighbouring kingdom, and though he resisted, he agreed to meet her. To the little mermaid's horror, this princess was none other than the temple maiden. Believing fate had reunited them, the prince fell in love and announced their wedding. The little mermaid's heart shattered. She knew her end was near. On the night of the wedding celebration, held aboard a royal ship, she stood by the railing, watching the dark water below. As the first light of dawn approached, her sisters rose from the waves, their beautiful long hair gone. "We gave our hair to the Enchantress," they cried, holding out a dagger. "She has given us this. Plunge it into the prince's heart and let his blood touch your feet. You will become a mermaid once more and live out your years with us." She took the knife and entered the prince's cabin, where he slept beside his new bride. She looked at his peaceful face, the face she loved more than her own life, and she could not do it. With a final, loving look, she threw the dagger into the sea, and then cast herself into the waves, feeling her body dissolve. But she did not cease to exist. Instead, she felt herself rising, transformed into an ethereal, unseen being. Around her were other luminous figures, the spirits of the air. "Because of your selflessness," one explained, "you have earned the chance to gain an immortal soul. For 300 years, you will do good deeds for mankind, and at the end of that time, you will receive your reward and enter the kingdom of heaven." And so the little mermaid, who had sacrificed everything for a love she could not have, found a different kind of hope, not in the arms of a prince, but in the promise of an eternity earned through compassion and selfless love.